Hola everyone, let's get ready to go to work as I tell you how I met the mother of my children, aka my wife. Back in 2010, I was 17 years old. I had just graduated high school. I had a summer before college. I saw a pamphlet in my city that talked about exchange program. So I was like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's just go somewhere for the summer. So I signed up to go to New York City to live with a family for a month in July. So about a week before I was supposed to go, they called me and they let me know that all the spots in New York City were filled and there were no families available. So I was going to be sent to Florida instead, a small town in Florida that I had never heard of. At first, I was very upset because I wanted to go to New York City, but it turns out it was probably one of the best things that ever happened to me. I went to this family. I became very close. They were so welcoming, such a great family. And they really made me fall in love with not only them and like the family, but also the culture and the country and everything. So I ended up coming back to their home every summer, as well as some Christmases for a few years, which I adored, and that really helped me learn the language and improve my English, which then led me to my junior year applying to come to exchange program for college for 6 months, for a semester, I guess. And I applied to go to Denmark and some other European countries. Denmark was definitely my top choice, which I've always wanted to go to. And since my English was quite better than many others, they offered me to come to the United States instead. At first, I was like, what? Like, I really want to go to Denmark. And they said, no, like, it would be ideal if you went. So I was like, sure, I'll just do that and go. But turns out they sent me to a very small town in the middle of West Virginia, which, again, I had never heard of. But, oh well, life. It was just 6 months. Like I said, same as Florida. I was a little bit upset at first, but I thought it might be worth it. So I came. And that's where my wife also turned out to be going to school, which I believe it was not her first or her second or even her third choice. But that's just where we kind of found ourselves. So I became friends pretty soon with a girl named Courtney, who thankfully and luckily she's still a very close friend now, 10, 12 years later. She had a roommate, who is my wife now, but at the time I didn't know her. And I had a roommate who was never around. So I always hung out in the room. I hung out with them. And we became, all the group of girls, it was about 6 of us, we became very close. After a while, Courtney moved to a different room for personal reasons, and nothing wrong with anybody, just she moved out to a different room. So both Kenya and I ended up just always being alone in our rooms. And Kenya got a call that she was going to get a new roommate who had gotten in a physical fight with our current roommate. So Kenya was not happy to hear that. And Courtney and I kind of thought, why don't I just move in with Kenya instead of Kenya just always being alone and me having no roommate around? So we asked the RA and she said yes. She said it was a great idea. That way the person who had gotten in a fight could have her own room and just kind of avoid further issues. So that's what we did. We moved in and we lived together for about a couple months. We talked all day, every day. We hung out all the time. We really got to know each other and we became very, very close friends. Disclaimer, never did we think we would date. Never did we think we would be where we are now. We were just very close friends and there was nothing else. But then December came around and I had to go back home because I was only supposed to be there for a semester. So I went back home and we just could not stop talking. We chatted and texted and FaceTimed pretty much every day to the point where I think it wasn't even healthy. I would be up very late at night with the our difference, just trying to catch her after class. She would, kind of do the same thing to catch me in the morning when I was going to school. Just not super healthy. We really kind of lost track of other friends while we were trying to keeping up with our friendship. But again, very much just a friendship. Weird enough. What else? So we did that for a while. I came to visit that summer, and that's when kind of things shifted and went from being friends to kind of, what the heck, I think I like this girl. Neither of us had been in same, sex. I don't know if you can say that word here, but we had never been with another female before, and I don't think either of us were ever planning on it. It's just not something that had happened. But here we are, a year after we had met, starting to realize that we're actually kind of into each other. There was a little back and forth. We then started dating in October of 2013, and it's history since then. We've had ups and downs because being in a long distance relationship is very difficult, and kudos to all of you who are doing it right now. I do think that if the right person comes around, it's worth it, but there are headaches, there are difficulties. It's definitely not easy at all. But we did it for about a couple years, and then I decided that it was time for me to kind of give it a chance, come here for a year, see if this was worth it, see if this was good for long term. So I came here in 2015, in June of 2015, and well, it's about 9 years later, and I'm still here. We are happily married. We have 2 beautiful, adorable children. We have 3 cats. I feel like we're like the stereotype, like the 2 girls with the 3 black cats. And we're just living our lives. We're just getting through life and enjoying this adventure, and just enjoying whatever destiny or whoever is out there that made us come together. So thanks for listening to my rant. This is just our story, and I really hope that we can tell this story to our kids one day and to our grandkids, and just share the joy and the luck we had to find each other when we weren't even looking. But yeah, thank you so much for listening. I'm going to finish up with my mascara over here and get ready to go to work. As you might have noticed, I did not enjoy the way my makeup or my outfit looked this day. You gotta make it work. Not every day is great. So I'm going to do the rest of my perfumes and things and go to work. But I hope everyone has a beautiful, gorgeous, amazing day, and I will see you all soon. Bye.